Welcome to my new series. I think I'm going to call it Dime Theory. Let me know what you guys think. This will be about movies, TV shows, and a lot of other things. But the first thing we are going to start with is the new Mandalorian episode, Chapter 13, The JEDI, where it is Ahsoka's long awaited arrival. We also learn a bunch of other things. So, first off, you have Mando coming to Corvus, and he meets the magistrate. And the town obviously looks like they're basically slaves to her. They're scared, and when he finally gets to meet her, we get to see something very interesting, which is a Beskar giant spear, which is a big deal because it infers a lot of things. Like maybe he'll run into Moff Gideon later and have a duel, Beskar spear versus Darksaber, or other battles. And she offered it to him if he goes and kills Ahsoka, and he agrees to it because, well, he doesn't want to kill Ahsoka, but he's trying to find out where she is so he can talk to her to help figure out what to do with Baby Yoda. So here we are. This is the first, I think, big Easter egg. So you have him here walking in the forest, and he's looking for Ahsoka, and obviously, if you see up here in the top left, Ahsoka and Morai, who that is, that does very much look like an owl, so we can assume it's Morai from the Clone Wars. Morai was a big part of it in the Mortis arc. I can go into that more if you guys want, but you can see Morai sees Mando and most likely tells Ahsoka somebody is coming. So we know we are about to meet Ahsoka. And then here, Ahsoka and Mando get into a fight. We get to see how that Beskar works against lightsabers. Exactly how we were told. It deflects. But in this fight, Ahsoka easily gets the best of Mando. She knows everything he's going to do, basically. And after he shot his little grappling hook at her, hooked her, she jumped over the branch, basically had him dead to rights. He knows he's in trouble, so he goes, "Yo, Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan sent me." And right then, the mood switch, because she's like, "All right, he is not trying to kill me." And then that's when she also sees the child, and she goes, "Well, I hope that's what we're going to talk about because he mentioned he wanted to talk." And that's when this episode really starts to take off into our story of what is going on in the next part of the series. So here, it's nightfall. Ahsoka, the child, have been communicating through the Force all night, and we learn many important things here. One, he was actually in the temple during Order 66. He was being trained. He was there. Somebody, we don't know who, saved him from the temple in Coruscant. And that is very interesting. I've seen things myself about maybe it was Mace Windu, which I like because if you did not know, Mace Windu is alive at this point, even though it just fell out of the window because of Palpatine and Anakin. He is alive. So maybe he ran in, knew because it was Yoda's species, he will be very powerful in the Force and could save them. And then shortly after that, we get to learn his name, Grogu. I personally like it. I think it's nice, not really weird, but nice. And then we have right here our little training montage, and Ahsoka took a rock, passed it to him. He grabbed it, and then he's looking at it, and Ahsoka goes, "Okay, now send it back." And he's looking at it, looking up at them, and then he drops it. And they're a little confused. They're looking at each other, and then Ahsoka tells Mando to come over. So here comes Din. He's like, "What?" She's like, "Connect to him." So he's looking at him. Grogu's looking at him, and then Din reaches into his belt and remembers the little ball, the knob, and he pulls it out, and he goes, "Grogu, look," and Grogu uses the Force and snatches it. And then Ahsoka goes, I can't train him. Which is a little surprising for me anyways. So, yeah, Ahsoka goes, I can't train him because your guys' bond is too big. You are basically his father, and he's your son, and I've seen it where a bond has completely ruined everything. She is obviously referring to Anakin and how him and Padme, that bond, that love for each other, caused him to turn to the dark side, turn to Darth Vader, and you know the rest. And then here's another little Easter egg, a Loth cat. I personally think this is a little hint that maybe we'll get to see Ezra, or maybe it'll help us learn into maybe the Rebel sequel that's been rumored, learn more about if Ahsoka found him or is going to find him, and see what's going on with that. Because, Rebels did kind of end on a little cliffhanger there. And then we have this. Another Easter egg, but also it's Ahsoka and Mando going in to the city to basically not kill the magistrate, but Ahsoka needs information. So they devise a plan. A Jedi and a Mandalorian. Who would have thought? But going back to this Easter egg here, this is her same style of lightsaber um ignition that she did when she fought Vader in Rebels. Basically igniting the lightsabers together and pulling them apart. And then they go on, they fight, and it was a great fight. And then here, so the second part of the fight, Ahsoka goes over the inner wall, and her and the magistrate duel. Ahsoka is toying, playing with her, learning some things, giving false hope. And then after she loses a lightsaber, she's like, all right, I've played too much. It's time to finish this so I can get my information. She disarms the magistrate pretty easily, and that's that. But while that's going on, Mando and her lead bodyguard guy are on the outside of the inner gate, standing in the streets. And he hears that Ahsoka won, he's in trouble. So he's going to put down a shotgun blaster, he puts it on the ground. And as he places it on the ground, Mando's hand comes off his blaster, like, okay, we're relaxed. So he tries to take advantage of that, reaches for his blaster, but Mando's too fast. Gets him, shoots him. Great Mexican standoff. And then here, again, so she talks about how she can't train him. So Mando's obviously upset, so he goes back to grab Grogu to give to Ahsoka, but Ahsoka meets him at the ship and goes, I cannot train him. Your guys' bond is too much. It cannot be done. So take him to Ch13. Now that is a huge in Legends. And Star Wars The Old Republic, it's where you start. It's the home of the Jedi. It is where the Force originated. It is very big. I can explain that more in depth if you guys would like as well. But basically here, she says, take him there, put him on the stone, and let him decide his fate. Reach out into the Force. Let him choose his path. And there's already tons of theories going around. Some people think he'll reach out to Luke. Some people think at Ch13, Moff Gideon's going to attack him. So people already have crazy theories. I'm keeping my mind a little open. So with all that being said and done, there's also other big Easter eggs that happened. So Ahsoka's information she wanted from the magistrate was, after she bested her in the duel, wanted to know where Grand Admiral Thrawn is. Now, if you didn't watch Rebels, Ezra was the main character, but Thrawn was basically the main villain at the end of it. He's a Chiss. They're super smart, super tactical. They are incredible at devising strategies, planning. Those two got swept into hyperspace by Purgils and were lost. She's trying to find him because if he rises back to power, it is bad. The Empire will take over again. So that's what the information she was looking for was. Very different. And it also really leads us to, with the Loth cat, those little Easter eggs that we may be getting that Rebel sequel that we've heard about. So I'm gonna end it there. We'll see what happens in the next episode. Looks like that they're going to Tython, and we'll see what happens. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe.